Welcome back to American Beef Ranch. Today we've got chicks to prepare for. We've got trash to clean up. Spring is here and it is, well, it's here today, probably not tomorrow, but we got a lot of things to do. Let's get to work. Okay, so first things first, we got to get all of this stuff slid over because the tank that we're going to use this time to breed chickens is a much larger tank. And so I need all the space I can get so that we can rearrange these chicks over here into that one and then have this one ready for other ones. So we're going to have to move a bunch of stuff around, but mostly this stuff needs to slide over. So let's get to work. Definitely want to keep all the boards I can accessible because I'm going to need them to cover up. I think for now that's good. That tank should fit in here. We're gonna have to get an extension cord or something to run over to it so we can set up the lights. But now let's go get the tank. So same thing as last time. We're gonna have to get this tank flipped over, but this one's got a problem. It's got sand in it from the last time that we had chickens. And so the sand's all got to get out. The water's nasty. It's really heavy. So we're going to have to use a shovel. If there was ever a time to be glad that there's not such thing as smell-o-vision, it'd be now. Because this stuff stinks. This is nasty. Get you a close up. Look at that. Look at that stuff. It's gross. So we used sand. My wife saw that people had used sand to bed chickens when we brooded last year, and not a fan. Use shavings. I don't like the way it turned out. It's harder to tell how dirty it is. It's heavier, harder to clean, I think. I just use shavings. Be done with it. Now the really hard part, try and see if we can flip this guy over. Oh yeah, I think we can get it. That's one of the nastier things I've had to deal with in a while. Yeah. I'm gonna have to drag that over there and hose it out, and then let it dry before I move it into the garage. But I guess we'll go ahead and get it pulled over here so we can get it cleaned out, because oh, it's nasty. Normally, you see this lip here, this water tank has, it is terrible to clean out. You can't just dump it over and clean it out. But this one's cracked in 2 different spots, so that crack is actually going to help me get it cleaned out. So now that I have it set up, I can get it sprayed out and it can stand up like that and dry. That way, this afternoon probably I can get it in the garage instead of having to wait so dang long, because there's usually always water in the bottom of these things. I am much happier with that. That looks so much better than it did before. And there's a little stuff left there, but it's way cleaner than I expected to get it. Now I've got to pick up some trash, grab a couple other things I want to do. Just pick up, there's a couple things out in this field I want to pick up just because we are going to be farming this back here this year. And so there's just 3 pieces of things I want to pick up just because I can do it right now. But I'm also, this electro net here, unfortunately, is junk. So we're gonna grab it up, drag it over to the pickup, which I have loaded down with trash, and we're gonna get a little bit more trash and, you know, do what you do with trash, throw it away. Alright, let's get our trash taken care of. So a few years ago, I believe it was the fall of 2021, over here on the top of this hill, about 800 feet over that way, we had a building, a big nice lean-to, and we had what's called a microburst. So the wind switched directions really fast, and it actually went inside that lean-to on the open side, filled it full of air, lifted it up out of the ground and flipped it over, like 125-mile-an-hour wind. And because of that, we had a burn pile over there anyway. I call it the dark side of the ranch. There's used to be a chop shop over there back in the day before my family owned it, and there's just a lot of junk. And so we have a burn pile over there. Over there is something we're gonna work on cleaning up, and I'm kind of starting that now. Anyway, we took stuff over to that burn pile. We've been burning stuff, but the wind still blows here. So we've been having pieces of tin get blown across the field and show up. So I can see right now, I've already got one on the pickup here, right there. I've got one right here. I can see one right there, one right there. I'm pretty sure there's one up by this rock pile. But I'm just gonna go ahead and grab these few pieces of tin and get them out of the way so that when I get out here and start picking rock and doing stuff to get this ready to plant, I don't have, this is one less thing I gotta do. It's something I can do real fast, real quick, because obviously I have other things I need to do today. I still gotta collect eggs, we've gotta wash them, they have to be delivered to a store. And then we have other things going on. So this is something I can do real quick. It's not gonna take too long, and it's gonna be really worth my time to do it. So let's get this stuff loaded up. Would you look at that? I got a 2-for-1 deal right here. Welcome to the dark side of the ranch. We've got old buildings over here that have fallen down or burned down. Old buildings over there, over there, over there. And you can see we have a plethora of tin everywhere. So I'm gonna get this pickup unloaded and pull up a couple more pieces because I can. Look, we could spend hours out here doing this, and we're going to. This year, we're gonna work on cleaning this up. I just got off the phone. I gotta go measure something on a mapping tool. I need to switch laundry. I need to check the cows. We just gotta keep moving. I'm just out here taking a look at the cows. We are getting closer to calving. So just, you know, I'm gonna take a look. And honestly, I don't know what that is. Is that a calf? I don't think it's a calf. It looks like a rock. But we're gonna go ahead and just, you know, take a look, see if anybody's bagging up. We are molting pretty heavy right now. You know, that's why their haircut looks so rough. But that'll slick off and clear up while the weather gets better here. But just out taking a look at the cattle. Don't see anybody getting too excited to calve, so that's good. Run to the house, get the chores done on the inside, get some measurements done. All right, I had to come down here and look at a project. I don't know if you guys can see, but the dairy is working on hauling their silage out. There he goes down the road right there. They're also grading the gravel road today. Super nice. My stepbrother had a baby a year ago, and the road was just so terrible, and we're at the end of the road and we don't get a lot of attention, but ever since he made a couple phone calls, they've been doing a much better job, and we really appreciate it, taking better care of the road, because it really could use it. But I had to come out here because I have another project, and I can't talk about it yet, but we have a project that we're working on, and we need a new service from our power company. So he came out here and he staked over here the other day, and then while I was thinking about it, I'm like, okay, we could actually save ourselves a lot of money by changing the way that we're doing this. So I put the stake right here because that's where I want it. I sent him a picture. We talked about the distance. It's the same distance as my current service, so it should be fine. So we're gonna have a new pole and a transformer, and then we're gonna come across the ditch over this way, right in line with that pole, those two poles, to another pole, and then we're gonna come down and we're gonna have power on that other side over there for something that we're gonna be working on. But can't talk about that any more than that. So now what I've got to do is I've been just picking up a few pieces of trash that I see because I'm tired of looking at it, and I'm trying to be cleaner and better, and like I want my place to look nice. So I've been trying to pick it up and clean it up, but I have got to go collect eggs. I've got to get them washed because I have a store that's sold out and needs some eggs, and that's been a problem for us. As soon as our production slowed down because the chickens were molting, we had our customers need basically double what they'd been buying. We'd have stores get 10 a week or 12 a week or something like that, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, we need 25, we need 25, you know. And then we've got a local restaurant calling and wanting 120 dozen, and it's like, we don't have them. So the chickens is good, but we need more chickens, and so Mrs. Nelson keeps working on getting some more. But let's go get the eggs collected, let's get them washed and cleaned up so that we can get them packaged and out the door. I got the girls their kitchen scraps. We do give them vegetables and things like that from the kitchen. I got their water fixed. It was leaking. Apparently when I tightened down the hose the other day, there must have been a stick in there and it got caught. But the girls are starting to pick back up. Like I said, we had some trouble with them molting and not laying as much, but this is more eggs than we've had. So we probably have at least 7.5 dozen. We got all the way down to 4.5 dozen, down from 10, 12 dozen to start out with. So they're coming back, and let's go get these washed up and packaged. We almost got 7 dozen. So I wanted to come off this pole at a certain angle, but it's not gonna work because there's a fuse block up there. And so we gotta move this stake back over this way. And from there we can come 80 feet, because I'm trying to get to the other side of the ditch, other side of the pond. We can come 80 feet, and then hopefully another 80 feet will put us really close to the other side of the pond. I'm trying to string it pretty far, but it'll work out. But I'm also trying to stay away from the head gate down there and not go all the way to the head gate, because I want to be able to fill this ditch in here and be able to have a semi turnaround, because we're going to be hauling grain, we're going to be hauling hay, we're gonna be hauling all sorts of stuff, and this is just a nice spot to have to, you know, do those kind of things. Now the task is to find where he had these stakes before, right here. All right, let's see where we end up. 80 is about 26. Well, you know, that works out pretty good. Puts us right here, right on the edge of this deal. I can put my service pole in this proximity, and then hopefully I can shoot across the ditch. I'm actually probably gonna have to put a pole over there And a pole over there. That really stinks. I'm not saving a pole. So whatever I have to do now, I'll just get it done. Well, I'll probably have to have 2 poles. Well, 3 poles, because we have to have our service pole. Another pole probably just across this way, right before the ditch. And then another pole on the other side, because that span's too long for a slack line power line. So there is that. That stinks. Anyway, guys, that's all I think we have for today. I'm gonna pack those eggs up at some point, and Lene and I will run those to the little convenience store and get paid, and I don't know what else we'll do. But thanks for watching. God bless. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time on American Beef Ranch.